Oh. My spider web of how all the NPCs are connected.
I saw it. I read it. I know what happens.
What happened?
Trust
Wait,
me.
stop. What's your falcon's name?
Don't make me. Just don't make me. Wait, let me think. Let me think. Demetrius.
Nailed it.
Oh wait, my booklet.
Yes, it's sure. Well, David goes to get that. Hey, everybody, welcome to BombSquad. I'm Dan Stacy, and you are about to witness my nerdy family and I use silly voices and exploding dice to tell a good story. Boom. So, do we have any announcements? Kristen, as of this shoot is shortly after all the fun stuff we had in January, so she may or may not be able to join us among babies and recovering physically. And you all right, buddy? He grabbed some carrots while he was out there.
He grabbed my popcorn.
Oh, that was it.
Our cure looks innocent.
So innocent.
I don't have any other announcements.
He's chewing cud.
Do we have an RPG Emery today?
We do.
All right.
So, currently, I'm dieting. I know. You know, just gotta lose a little bit. But
Of what?
I'm making a joke.
He's lost it.
No, but genuinely,
that was good.
We've been doing an 8-week challenge. There's several people doing it, but anyways, with that being said,
You're walking the walk with other people who are
Yes.
asking you for.
I'm down almost 7 pounds in almost 7 weeks, which is right where I want to be. So,
Congratulations.
hence the MRE RPGs of the day. One of my staples that has been through this is oranges. So oranges, high water content. They taste amazing, and they're actually relatively low calorie for an orange, for a fruit, I should say.
Oranges are very low calorie for oranges.
Also very high calorie for oranges. But you take the good with the bad. You know?
Sometimes they're medium calories for oranges.
Sometimes. So, lots of nutrients in there as well. And then, I was so excited. I never eat popcorn, but I've been craving salty things. So I wanted popcorn. 15 calories per cup. I was stunned. 15. Normally you're talking 35 calories per cup for popcorn.
No, just to be clear, that's not a cup.
This is not a cup. That's correct. This is 100. They claim it's probably about 100 calories for the whole bag.
A cup full of inflated popcorn?
Popcorn. But still, 15 calories compared to 35. So anyways, those are 2 snacks. I also have carrots because carrots now taste like candy to me. I know, it's sad, but I'm almost done. I only have a week and a half left.
What's the first thing you're gonna have when you're done? What's David going ham?
If he doesn't say pizza,
I'm gonna have
you know he's
toast.
lying. Okay.
Toast.
Nope.
Well, there's carbs
It's almost. If you put some
haven't been
sauce and
eating toast.
cheese on the toast.
on the toast.
Toast covered in 7 pounds of fat. That's what he's gonna
Yes.
Yeah.
Cheese, avocado, butter, and
Tear a
drizzle
little
it
bit
They're
with
going to keep
olive
talking
oil.
about
on
food,
there.
and we will
stop.
dive into the toastiest episode of BombSquad.
That's good. I like that one. Wait, can I sign you in?
Yeah, sure. Oh, we're doing that. Okay.
Yes! We're
No,
doing
carry
that.
on.
You already paused.
And we're
Do it
back.
again. You already said yes.
No, it's got to be more expressive. Start over.
What?
It's got to be.
This pencil is going to find its way into your brain.
And we
I'm not
dive
gonna
back
tell
in.
you how.
Hi. Okay. Hey, hello,
I
everybody.
love magic tricks.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Oh man. Tyr did that with a spike through 𝒂𝒏𝒅𝒔𝒄𝒂, so.
Yeah. I am going to make this spike disappear.
So we're picking right back up where we left off. I don't know if maybe we should talk over a little. Let's do, just because for us it's been like over 2 months, I think. Just get back into it. Let's talk about where everyone's characters are. Maybe just short little quick mental state for us to kind of get back into character, because I know it was kind of an intense battle, kind of a back-to-back battle with some character revelations. Iliad, your chest and back are still feel like they are on fire.
Why?
He just sighs. Arkiro,
Are you
did.
asking me for real? Because I joined with the Falcon.
What Falcon?
But you guys are talking in character voices.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
It doesn't count. Hold on.
Why are you doing
Arkiro
that?
did catch as he came conscious from the revive, I think if I remember right, but Arkiro was able to see that Iliad's eyes looked like Falcon eyes during the end of that fight. Gabriel's there. Gave Tyr the hammer,
Oh yeah.
which
Can you describe the hammer again?
Can
The
I?
worst nightmare.
I doubt that.
which actually I forgot to print that out, so I got to get that over to you because we did make it a real thing. But yeah,
But yeah, it's like pump action, but also like steam powered. It has like coils that now collect energy and store it up and really let loose.
well, of course I have the pop up underneath me, but basically as long as she hits someone, she does an attack every round. She continues to maintain a deadly 2, I think it is.
It just
remember.
you hammer. It stores all the recoil in there from the impact, whatever their brains didn't absorb. You know,
It's like if Black
And
Panther
then
turned
it
into a
just
hammer and gave it
jumps
to a
back to the
little
next
gnome
one.
woman.
Yes.
Kind
All
of,
right.
yes.
Okay, cool.
It's fully automatic. As long as you hit someone, it remains fully automatic.
Or it takes some recharge juice.
Yes.
You know.
You gotta use it. Yeah. So
So
it's
she's
really great.
She's tapping us every once in a while. We know why.
That may have been
That
the
was
first
brought up.
idea.
No one ever thought of that. Hey, come here. It's something.
Just like a 1 damage little thwack, just to get the momentum going.
Just a slap on the butt to
Whack,
keep the
whack.
momentum
Just sound
going.
better.
That's
Yes.
it.
Brick can handle it, you know?
He's
So
made
let's
of metal.
before, because I got some more. Gabriel has some more stuff, but let's do the character thoughts. Where should we start?
I'll go.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'm exhausted.
Oh yeah.
Am I doing this as character, as Arkiro?
Well, we can be meta right now. This is for us to kind of get back
Okay.
in the swing.
I'm exhausted. I flew up to the mountain to get help. Got help, but it was a very quick asking as I realized that there was essentially help that needed to be. There was danger that you were in, and so immediately flying back down the mountain took a long time. Getting in it full on fight. I'm from once I got the Edelstein stone. I've been using it a lot, but it drains me. And every time I use it, it gives me lethal damage. And so I've used it multiple times with very little rest, just simply because of the past couple days. And it is being used because I feel like I'm coming to some form of culmination of what I was made for, what I was called for. And so for some reason it's activating a lot. For some reason I'm going through it a lot, and this fight with 𝒂𝒏𝒅𝒔 really took a lot out of me, and almost killed me and Yeah, Tiri, yeah. But no one knows really Tiri. She was behind a rock, so really nobody knows that. But
Yeah,
it's okay.
so-
You know, saving appearance is
She
good.
was a bad
She took a quick power nap and then woke up and she was great and killed things. And so, but our Kira almost died because he doesn't lie. And so beyond that, there's a lot of unanswered questions. He's really angry that Ingrid's still gone, not here. He's glad that they don't have to necessarily fight to fight right anymore, but there's still this mystery of who's behind this. If it's not them, then who is it? And then essentially we started back from zero. And that's really hard for him. He thought that there was an answer. He thought he was going to get an answer, and now there's not one. And so they got a direction, from when Illy did truthfulness with Baron, and was able to at least give them a direction of where to go, and that's cool. I'm glad that we have that. I'm glad he has that. But he's exhausted. He's scared. He's mad. Just all of it is just kind of raging through him. Mm-hmm. But that's a lot to handle, even for him. So that's where he's right now.
And probably bizarrely, it's similar to Tiri's headspace in that Tiri is more of emotionally exhausted, and that she was completely amped up on going to just destroy people to get Ingrid back.
Right.
So that's still absolutely coursing through her. But it let her off on her own, built conflict between people, didn't want to wait for anyone or Akiro, and was about ready to call everyone traitor who wasn't just storming off to battle. And that led into the fight with Defiant Riot, which was a disastrous waste. And then realizing that their whole jive was what they're doing is all about family. And that's what, Tiri's been thumping this whole time, is it's all about family. But they were broken without one of their members. We're broken out without one of our members. And here Tiri is going to just tear off by herself and drag everyone into a mess. So realizing we are all together, and because to her, adventuring parties are family, what you do together, it makes you family. But the flip side of that family means you do things together, may just have crossed her mind. And so she's looking around at the crew here, just being like, family means we do things together. She's resolved with Arkiro. We're going to make a plan. We're going to stick together with this. We're going to succeed. And somewhere way deep down inside her, the thought that family means doing things together speaks something to how she's been relating with her husband Tajik, but she really hasn't been able to get a moment to wrestle that idea yet, so it's still a little bit suppressed.
If I remember correctly, Pim Pam went to 0-2 during the fight.
I don't know that Tiri would have even noticed. That's
Right.
kind of how...
No, but that's true.
She was with Brick and Invisible and Kitty, the three of them.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
You picked her up.
I picked her up.
Yep.
I remember
Yep.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
It was kind of intense there at the
Did
end.
Kitty go to 0-2, or she just became unconscious?
I don't remember.
It was pretty close, though. I know
Yeah,
she
yeah. I think Brick did a heal or something. I haven't looked at
Yep.
it yet, but yeah.
It was a mess.
Yep.
Where's Brick?
Brick is kind of at a spot where he just feels like everything's falling apart. He's just trying to crawl his way into some foundation of security, and he's failing at every turn, and everything is spinning out of control, and there are so many unresolved threads in his mind that have just exploded. Ingrid's still gone. He's losing control of his temper left and right and ruining everything. He's not even fighting well because of all the... He's upset. He's angry. He's fighting poorly. He's acting poorly. And everything is spinning out of control for him. And he feels like he has no anchor. Like, Nori was the closest thing he has to an anchor. He's gone. Ajax is split in half. There's so many unresolved threads in his mind. He doesn't know where to start, and he just feels like everything is spinning out of control, and he doesn't even know where to go. Like that, you know, when you're exhausted, you're so tired, you just want to fall asleep, but your brain cannot shut off because it has to replay everything you've done wrong ever. Mm-hmm. That's where he is right now.
Awesome.
Jerk.
It's fire.
That's great. No idea what that concept is.
It just moves fast.
I suppose it's Dillian's turn. Putting myself back in that mental state, I think first off, Iliad's still in like the like fight or flight response. You know, like adrenaline's still high, but it's coming down. Because I can't remember if in the very last episode if we talked a little bit that I was like, because I think you said something like, "Oh, Iliad's still burning."
Right. Yeah.
And I think you mentioned it to me right as we were settling things down. I can't remember if I did anything with it, but
I think we just left it at that.
So I think for me, there's this shock of, or I should say for Iliad, there's this shock of, gosh, it was pretty much dead. I think I went down to 0 HP.
Yes, that's when the Falcon came to you.
Right. It's covered in a reek.
Yeah, that's right.
That's your fault. You know that, David? Like you did this.
Getting meta. David, you did that to
You did this to yourself. Covered in a reek, and I was about to fall in a chasm, if I do remember.
Yeah.
Yes,
the
earth
up.
had ripped open, yep.
So the earth had ripped open. It was about to swallow my soul and my physicalness. But anyways, all of that to say that I think for me it's kind of a realism and still not recognizing completely what has happened and why I'm there alive and my chest is burning, but yet there's some sort of, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know, just a lot of shock. Adrenaline's coming down.
So you got the euphoric feeling where just so much has happened.
Yes, thank you. That's a better way of saying it. So much has happened, but I'm not sure exactly what. But I'm here.
That's actually a good place to pick up. You need to roll for me fortitude or will, please, whichever is better.
Oh, I forgot to pull up my sheet.
I think it's will.
Beginner's mistake.
Yes, fortitude I think is still 0.
No, Iliad's gone now.
Bring it up?
Because of, remember? We just did this last night.
Last night.
I love it. But
I
it
love
is
it.
good.
Chris was like, do it the night before, he'll remember.
Yeah.
No! Still don't
I
remember.
would say David never gave himself XP at all, so he's gone from level 3 all the way up to level 4. So Iliad's just like, I serve the Falcon now.
The short,
Yes. Like, it's kind of cool because it kind of fits that he's just become like a paladin. Mark on the forehead. Yeah.
His like pectoral muscles like ripple as he plays the notes.
oh man!
Instead of the hair glowing and getting golden, just the ears get long.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I like it.
Well, guys, the pizza's
done.
Excuse us.
Pizza's done.
See you in 2 months.
All right. Fortitude. Yeah. So, yeah, my will. So, I get a 1d10 with the d20, correct?
Correct. We've been playing for 2 years. Sorry.
I don't remember. I always
I know.
I always think someone's going to say,
I mean, probably.
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Like that.
All right. Grab the
Don't
D6.
roll on the notebook. Remember, we've discussed this.
Yes.
It's
Notebook
like
bad.
notebook bad. Push the other dice out of the way so you don't get
you're good.
confused.
Ooh.
See?
Ooh.
Oh.
All right, we got a 24.
24, very nice. So with the new deity items, which at some point Jake and I will do on Druid's Table, my special custom deity item thing, with that item you have to be a CR 15 anytime you use it. Now it's after the whole combat or after a role play or something, but you're channeling a bit of your deity's power, so you have to resist getting exhausted from that. So
Like,
As
can
of
you-
right now.
yes,
Can you have to be a CR15? What does that mean as a character?
challenge rating 15. He has to roll 15 or higher.
Okay, so sorry, I thought there was like a character can be a challenge rating. I
got
was
it.
confused.
Well,
Sorry.
yeah, character could be a challenge rating 15, I suppose. But
I misunderstood. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. Challenge rating 15 to beat. So, okay, so you're good. You're still burning. Your flesh is on fire. I'll paint the scene too as we get back into it. Thank you guys, by the way, for sharing character. That's awesome.
How is Dan feeling?
Where is he? We're calling, the characters are calling out, help!
They're not doing
And
that.
the clouds open up and Dan's face
Yes.
comes.
It's still my face from yeah. It's my face from college with the long hair. And
Yes,
everything.
yes.
It's not this face.
And the bangs.
And then the clouds.
Yes,
And
correct.
I feel like now you're gonna have to put an image
I
in.
know.
Not to
We'll
make
see.
more work
We'll
for
see.
you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Okay, so here the picture where you guys, because you guys were outside of the walls of the city, headed up the mountain. So it's past the religious district. There's this area that's not really. There's just a path to the sewers because you're on the western, right? It's the western edge of the mountain where it comes out. Southwestern edge.
Yep.
Is where you guys had gone. And so it was just kind of this pathway to where normally the guards would have been, like when you guys did the challenge event. And it's just a little scattered rocky ground as you're coming to the base of the mountain, and there's the cave entrance where the sewage comes out and flows down. But now, I believe there was 2, maybe 3 rips in the earth have been opened up, and where the tentacles have smashed, there's like craters lying around.
Don't
There's
lie, that's where
spikes.
Tiri hit with her
Right, I
hammer.
was gonna say the spike. There's one spike just slammed into the side of the mountain now from Tiri doing the golf hit. So, and there's, if you remember, 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂 showed up with wings, dragon wings, ethereal dragon wings off of his breastplate, landing down with several Scolari, and now as you guys were talking, more Cloud Draken have shown up. The Scolari that Arkiro had sent down through the inside of the mountain have come out this way now. And so there's a ton of activity around. There's the warning horns are going off still. And some of the servitors and proctors are now coming in to see if there's any hurt. Because that one Scolari, I think, guard went completely down. If I can remember correctly. But anyways, they're really messed up because that was a rough battle for guards. Harkening back to the
What?
they are
I think
guards.
we lost a couple too, right?
I think
One of them got.
hit hurt real bad. I don't remember if he fully went down or not.
I think. He
Did
died.
we lose one? Yes, you're
lost
right.
one of them.
Yes.
Yeah, one of them died.
One
Next
died.
to KC.
To CK.
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 That's what I said.
Casey.
Letter.
Which is not. It's not an acronym. Like his name is
SIKE.
Yeah.
Yes. Not C.
Oh, yes.
I always thought. I've been in my notes. I've been
writing
writing
the
it as
letter
the letter C, the letter K,
It's fair. That's
and then
true.
I saw it and I was like, oh, CK. Got it. Quick question about Galmire's corpse.
Yeah.
What happened to it?
Yeah,
It is a kind of a deflated mess.
Including like the tentacles are still there.
There
They
are no
haven't-
tentacles because if you remember, those tentacles were they were translucent. They almost looked like energy or something.
Okay.
Clearly, something was hitting you,
But it
and
was-
you could see through them.
It's just Galmire's body.
It's just, yeah, now if you guys want to investigate that, you're welcome to. Right now, 𝒂𝒏𝒄𝒂 has come around it. Defiant Riot kind of slipped away as you guys were talking and back into the mountain. A couple things are going to happen. Gabriel will explain to you with the hammer, and so you get the hammer there, and then he says, I also have some things from, all of a sudden I can't remember his name. Oh, who's the
Cronin.
tailor? No. Well, yes, actually, he does also have that. He tosses some groin armor pants to Iliad.
Why am I excited? I don't.
So mechanically, Iliad's gone from light armor to medium armor now.
As I recall, and I quote, I have a lot to protect.
Yes, correct.
With a big groin plate.
Gone light armor to medium armor. He's lost clothing, so he's not wearing it. So he's
Typical
somehow
fantasy
less
fashion.
covered.
He's actually wearing a bikini now. But somehow his armor rating is higher.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad we're all on the same page.
He's
Yes.
not like riveted.
No, it's ripped.
His pants have the plated thing, and then there's very specifically this nice mesh, chainmail mesh around the groin area that allows for flexibility.
I feel so comfortable right now.
Some test squats. Break them in.
I'm pretty sure I mentioned this too. I hope I don't have to redraw the characters anytime soon.
No.
Brick, you need to try these. Look from behind.
Just to be clear, Lead almost died. Like that just happened.
I told you, he's still coming off the adrenaline.
But
Yes.
new pants.
He also did bring the top hats, the capes, the full outfits.
Forgot about
that you guys
those.
had ordered.
Just to be
Slightly-
clear, he brought this into like
Too late.
a live battle.
You guys haven't asked him why he was there or anything, but
I haven't had a chance to yet.
yeah. So basically, he's going to start just passing this stuff out. He's tossing everything. He has the top hat and the bow tie for the slidey
Slimy
toe.
Tove?
Yes.
It's like when you're at a big group event and they're passing out t-shirts.
Yeah.
It's commemorative for the battle that we fought saving the city.
Should we smear some like blood or like guts on it? Or?
Oh, we probably should.
Yeah.
Tyr will go inspect the corpse of Galmire
Okay.
with her boots.
Squish, squish, squish.
Feels dead.
Feels dead. Yeah, there's not much to squish because everywhere a tentacle came out, there's just these holes in his body. It's not a pretty sight anymore.
What's that phobia
So-
of many tiny small holes?
Why would you bring that up? Why?
That's what I was picturing in my head.
Why?
They're not, well,
What's it
they're not
called?
small.
Cheeseophobia.
Google it.
I don't want to Google it. An image.
Google image search.
As Tiri goes off to stomp on...
Trypophobia, is that what it is? Yes. That. I think every sane human
you.
has it.
Okay.
If you don't know that
Sorry.
you have it,
That's right.
you have it. Trust me. Don't look.
They're not small holes. The tentacles are
All right.
like these are big. It matches the spike hole that Tiri gave him. So, like his body's a mess. As Tiri starts to head off, Gabriel's gonna pull out this dress that's got like moonflowers all through it, and every time the moonlight hits it, it like sparkles a little bit. And he's like, "This is for Ingrid. If I don't,
I will hold on to it.
all right."
Thank you.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Oh well, some of my tests can get rather explosive, so they let me practice just outside of there, and I was supposed to bring you guys all this stuff earlier, but
Tests for what?
my games, of course. You never know what kind of fun boomy boom games you could come up with, but I like to keep my customer base large, so I try to practice outside of the city. That way it's safer.
I'm sure they appreciate that. Thank you.
What a chance to be running by you guys. That was a good show you put on. Very nice. Well done.
Tiri, I think you need to talk to him about this.
What?
Sounds like it's right up your alley.
Of course, it's right up my alley. There's nothing to discuss when a gnome, just gets that itch.
Silly me. Silly
Right
me
place,
for asking.
right time. I'm glad you enjoyed the show.
Thank you. I was a little scared that first rip in the earth. I thought that was me. But it was okay. I threw my bomb the other way. So it's fine. Anywho, I'm going to be headed back then. Looks like you guys got lots to deal with, so...
I would appreciate it if you didn't mention this to anyone.
And I would appreciate it if you let everyone know we saved the city. I mean, business is business.
Tiri,
Yeah?
we also need to be able to find Ingrid, and if everybody knows that she is missing, that's not a good thing.
I want you to wait like 24 hours on that and then let everybody know. Wait 24 somethings. And
I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, I can do that. I can do both.
Just gonna reach out and grab an arrow. Just kind of scratch his feathers a little bit. Put it back. Thank you, Gabriel.
Of course. Thank you. I'm very excited for the arena. I'm very excited for the circus.
The arena. Gabriel, when is that?
Oh, it's like in 2 days?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're having a big political forum like tomorrow. Or is it the day after? I don't know. The priests are getting together, and then we're playing games.
The whale's fin.
Indeed. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, see ya. So he's going to start heading out. As he's heading out, a couple things are going to come in. Proctor Mal is actually coming up with some of the servitors to come inspect, and he's headed for Iliad. Before we go to that, 𝒂𝒅𝒔 is going to come over to Arkiro, and just, he looks kind of shell-shocked a little bit at what he's looking at. And it's one of those times you've only seen the look a few times when he's been like this. Arkiro, how could this happen? He's looking at the body that Tiri's like. He's not even.
I think that Tiri will accidentally like pop something in his direction so it splatters on him just for fun.
Okay.
Are we that close to it?
We can be close enough. He's just gonna look at it and could we perhaps reduce the damage to the body? We are supposed to inspect it. Not that
𝒂𝒅𝒔,
there's much left.
I would not. Come, walk with me.
Yeah.
𝒂𝒅𝒔, thank you for coming. Thank you for bringing the Cloud Draken. Unfortunately, this is not ending here. This body is not going to be the last.
Yeah. What is this? Look. I only caught the end of it. What an abomination. Arkiro. How could the dragon let this happen on his land?
𝒂𝒅𝒔, something is happening in the stead of the dragon. There is a great evil trying to take the place of the dragon while he is gone. And that something is being manifested in vile creatures like 𝒂𝒏𝒅. He is trying to return. He, the one.
Is he? I had heard the rumors. Of course, your team.
Yes, and unfortunately, this is still the beginning. 𝒂𝒏𝒅 was not a necromancer, which means there very well could be one here, among us. We have heard, and we have been a part of conversations that are implying that.
I think that's when all of a sudden you remember Baron offhandedly mentioning Valak.
Okay.
And now you remember, because that kind of happened in the middle of the fight and then 𝒂𝒏𝒅 showed up. Valak is the name of the son of the necromancers. The one descendant from the brain and the mouth.
Okay.
And then, of course, I'll just remind everybody because it's been a while, when Iliad used Truthfulness, Baron said they dropped Ingrid off at Servitor Dardanos' house. Is the last you heard of that. So Iliad and Tiri, the name Valak is kind of well known.
Okay.
He's not as famous, but he was the only descendant of some of the five, and he did attack the kingdom of Dinalthir about 25 years ago or something. And
it's fairly recent then.
yes, yeah, his attack, it was only on the kingdom of Dinalthir, and it was like an insurgency attack on King Theo himself, and it was stopped. But it was a brutal battle inside the castle.
And what happened to Valak?
He escaped.
There's at least no way that Tiri's husband Tajik wouldn't have been all caught up on that, whether it was a personal quest or thing he was on, or just like that would be one of those little fascinations that he personally would never let go of.
Yeah, no, I mean, he could have potentially, because of what he's doing, helping the Bohan get help from King Theo, which Kari had mentioned a little in the letter there. So I think he has connections
Sounds
there.
right up his
a lot.
alley.
It was either good timing or bad timing on the attack Valak made then, because there was kind of a collection of knights sworn to King Theo that were there
And
at
that
the
would
time.
have been before his time with Tiri, so he would have been available.
Yeah, then he could have totally been present or within. I mean, there was a large thing going on there. He probably wouldn't have been in the throne room with King Theo. There was only a handful of people there, but it was a large gathering of all the higher, everyone who is someone and their entourages were there. That's why they think Valak struck then in retaliation for the death of his parents. But luckily it failed. There were several deaths and a lot of... It was a kind of a zombie massacre in this party.
Valak.
Valak?
Galmire, the abomination, mentioned Valak. And if
that
he's a
makes
part of this,
sense.
indeed. And I am afraid other clues are leading to that Valak is very much involved in this.
Do you think he is attempting the assassination on the high seat then?
I do not know. I'm afraid it might be even worse than that. And that sounds odd. But I have some thoughts. Yaberg, I need to ask you something. And I need you to answer me truthfully. Who do you serve?
I serve the dragon.
That is well answered. Please remember that. I am getting the feeling that we are not able to listen to anyone's words. I am getting the feeling that no matter who speaks, it is nothing but poison.
Yeah.
Remember that you serve the dragon, and remember those who serve him as well.
I will confess one thing to you, Archero. And I think you can understand. The dragon has been gone so long. I am too young to have even heard his voice. His power still flows, but some days I have been studying the old texts of the primal dragons. Some days I wonder. I wish they were also here. It seems like all the powers are gone. We are left to fend for ourselves.
Yaberg, if there's any hope that I can give, and I don't mean this as a word of pride, I do not mean this to make something more of myself than what I truly am. But I am a testament to the dragon's power. I am still here. The Archera was reborn again. And as long as that continues to happen, the dragon is still the one we must serve.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. He looks up at the stars, and you can see Stjarna, the constellation that creates Stjarna the spear, is starting to head towards the Vani, the weeping northern lights. And I think there's a shooting star that comes out a little bit. That's been happening every once in a while over the past few days. Your time draws near, Archero. Perhaps you are right. Forgive my doubts.
It is not bad that we doubt. what strengthens us when we get past it.
Yeah.
It is what the dragon wants us to do, is to better ourselves, to become the best we can. And you are doing that. But again, I ask, trust him, and trust him only.
In life we grow.
On his wings we rise. 𝒂💅💔,
Yeah.
one more thing.
Yeah.
I sent a halfling to you. Jeremias. Did he get to you?
No.
Why not?
I do not know. I can't remember her name. The female Scolari that brought. I suddenly blanked. Oh well, you know who I'm talking about.
Yes,
This
I do.
Female Scolari. I think it
remember
starts
her
with
name
a Signor. Anyways, sorry. I should have.
Saw you
my
on
notes
episode 2.
Yeah. But she mentioned when she brought the blonde elf about that. I did not have any reports of it, though I am missing another guard who was stationed nearby the Falcon's Roost for you and Bittersweet. Did you send him to escort the halfling?
Yes. I need... If you have any spare soldiers, I need them to go. I need them to search for him. He is in grave danger, him and his family.
Yeah.
I saw them going towards, if I remember correctly, the bay.
Yeah, she, what's her name, spotted them while they were coming to find you.
Oh, yes,
And
she
some
did.
people came out, talked with them, and they went with the people, got on a ship, and that ship vanished, turned to dust.
That's right.
What?
Like how the Tz'jeka's jewel turned to dust, and like how you guys did
When we teleported.
when you
basically.
teleported. Yeah,
I knew we got on a ship. I didn't remember it turning to dust.
Yeah.
yeah.
don't
Well,
remember.
she said it vanished and just dust fell
Dust fell.
down.
Another one bites the dust.
I will do what I can. She is back at the. I will send word immediately, and she will lead a team, whoever I can spare.
Indeed. Thank you.
Yeah.
I do not wish anything harmful to befall them, but I'm afraid I have sent him and his family into great harm, and I do feel responsible. I would go myself, but unfortunately I am needed here.
Things are falling apart.
We will bring it back together, 𝒂💅💔.
Yeah.
We always do.
Yeah. We do. I think Tiri squishes one more time, maybe.
Then Tiri's moved on to like dressing up the Tove with the bow tie
Very
and
nice.
the hat with Pim Pam, and they're kind of like, oh, you know, it's cute and like fluffing stuff up and everything like that, but at the same time without trying to be too over. Like Tiri's checking over Pim Pam, making sure like she's okay, just, you know, kind of, you know, brushing her hair just a little bit, just to check a little bit, but you know, back to the Tove, and things are cool and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She's realizing a little bit that Pim Pam got roughed up and is feeling bad about it.
Yeah. She's a little pale, and her eyes are bloodshot because it was the reek, I think, that took her down. And she's got a little bit of a cough, but seems...
So we're doing what
Chipper.
gnomes do.
Yeah.
Completely diverting to a different topic that's much more fun than taking care of anything serious.
Yes.
While taking care of the serious things.
perfect. 𝒂💏💏 is going to approach you.
I was going to say, can Iliad have a moment here to realize, or is it? Do you want to?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, I was just thinking. I felt like at this point, Iliad then realizes, you know, the adrenaline is now worn away, and for a moment, it kind of looks down, because like physically, I'm burning,
Yep. Mm-hmm. Feels
So-
like you have a really bad sunburn.
and I think Iliad's realizing it kind of falls back, feeling a little lightheaded. Adrenaline's gone now. Just almost died. Drops down to one knee and kind of takes a moment to just look. I feel like I'm almost overwhelmed with a I'm almost okay after being like lightheaded, feeling the burning sensation, realizing something pretty incredible has just happened, and kind of rise back to my feet, feeling almost bigger and stronger than before, even though it's still burning.
Yep.
Does that kind of fit with what
Yeah.
physically
That's
is
cool.
happening?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
absolutely. And as you're, did you? I'm sorry, I missed. Did you say you would open your shirt up to inspect or anything, or you're just taking in the feelings?
Think about that.
You don't.
I felt like it would have. It's actually my skin.
Yeah.
In my head, Iliad is just in like a metal Speedo anyway, so
He goes
That's
in
not
battle.
what is in my head.
Iliad has a personal battle trance. Honestly, he just goes into battle and clothes just fall off of him.
the social
Skin starts to sparkle a little.
Everybody else is in the trance.
So I feel like at that so kind of in that moment where Iliad's down on a knee, it's almost like that's when I open up.
Yeah.
too.
No, but I
Couldn't
just
just do that.
See,
And you
America,
see an
what is
ass.
he doing? We don't ask.
No.
You see, I actually unbuttoned my shirt. I didn't
great.
mean to.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Whoops.
What was
And I feel like Iliad just like looks down and by the dragon, and that's the moment where I kind of like stand back up, feeling
Do you want
my
to know what you
shirt
see?
a little opened and
Definitely see this
Flames.
anime style.
Do you want to know what you see?
yes, I want to know what I see.
Okay. You get.
I guess I made assumptions.
Yeah. No, that's fine. When you look down, you can see it looks like you've been tattooed, but it's still glowing, almost like embers. And you just catch a portion of a falcon, a very stylized falcon tattoo on your chest, but you feel burning on your back as well.
How big on his chest?
It kind of spreads like the wings start to.
Okay.
It kind of covers his whole chest area. He's only looking at a little portion of it.
Wait. Iliad has chest hair?
No. No.
Don't be ridiculous.
He's no.
I'm only what 18, 19.
His chest area was what I was saying.
I'm sorry.
His
I heard chest.
area.
Pam's gonna look up at Tyrion and be like, "Are you gonna tell Kari about?" And Tyrion's gonna be like, "Nope."
Man,
Bad boys with tattoos, you know. Gotta watch out for them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Iliad would ask someone to take off his back of his shirt, but Brick.
Why did it have to be?
I don't even know. I don't know. I feel that would. How like what's the pain level here?
Like the day after a sunburn.
Okay, all right.
Any moving hurts. Slapping hurts.
I don't know how easy that would be.
Brick, bring some aloe.
I don't know. I feel like it would be weird for me in that moment.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Proctomel, I think, will come as you're gazing at your chest.
In delight.
Yeah.
It's like the moment where Spider-Man wakes up.
Yes.
Just to be clear, Sam Raimi, Spider-Man.
Yes, totally.
Oh, this is true. I should be very specific.
Or when Ryan wakes up as Aiden from Kanaga.
Yeah. It's so good.
If you haven't seen it, you should.
Now Dan has to put in a clip of Kanata Ryan running through the field.
I already did that. Yeah,
This is
past
true.
episode.
All right, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's fine.
Didn't mean
It's
to
beautiful.
interrupt.
Man.
Proctomel's going, Iliad, are you all right? What has happened?
Popcorn.
Cannon.
It was good popcorn. Okay, no, for real though.
Just imagine what happened if you took off your spacesuit.
During fights, he's like,
Something to do with
Hey, I was
popcorn.
laying on the ground, almost about to fall through the chasm. What else would I do?
He just throws an unpopped kernel at himself and it pops open.
So much power.
Oh, possibilities.
And practically
Sorry,
no
we-
calories.
Hey, but now I've got new muscles to sustain. The muscle of the dragon, so.
oh man.
Not much protein in
Okay,
popcorn.
carry on.
Sorry,
All right.
sorry.
It's fine.
do the moment again. I gotta dive back in. And we dive back in.
And we dive back in. Iliad, what has happened to you? Are you all right? I can't believe you are here.
Procta, something feels different. I feel like that's a little bit of an understatement.
No, that's all right.
What is this?
He, if I may, he pulls back.
And my back feels on fire.
Let me see. We are here to help and to heal. So you kind of take things off, and he's gonna. I don't know if there's anywhere to show a reflection of what you've got, but he looks back and says, Iliad, have you made a vow?
And I can't remember, how well did I register what happened? Because I was like dead, almost.
You remember everything that happened.
Okay, so it's not like I'm stunned or in awe. Well, I mean, I'm stunned and in awe, but it's not like I don't know.
No, you had like an out-of-body experience. You remember the whole thing with Falcon showing up and saying, vow to me, and the power of the dragon will flow through you, basically.
Okay.
You've been marked. A tattoo of the dragon is on your back. And one of the falcon, Tarian. You have made a vow to Tarian to serve him.
I was given, almost in a dream, a decision to make. I felt this was the decision that I must make. I didn't expect this.
It is quite a gift and an honor. Saint Tarian is one of those who defends the weak, who protects those who cannot protect themselves. He sacrificed himself to save those beneath him, and for that the dragon raised him again, long ago.
I pray I can do the same. I don't quite know what to do at this point. Have you seen this before?
Not in a long time. And certainly not Tarian. Until the Reformation, he has not been as popular. But it is one place where the Reformists and the Traditionalists can agree. Sometimes you do need a leg up. Sometimes you do need others to help you in your ascension. And that is what Tarian offers. I'm happy for you, Iliad. This is a steep vow to make. You must follow his guidelines, and the power of the dragon will flow through you now.
Well, I only pray that I can stand up to the vow that I've made and follow through. That it makes an impact.
You should. If you get a chance amidst all this chaos, there is a small shrine to the Falcon. Just near Harines's pool. I'm sure St. Arkiro can show you the way.
I feel like Iliad in that, I almost, kind of goes back into memories of the conflicting, the religion, being repulsed away from it, but then at that moment, it's almost like, in some strange way, I do feel I must.
I know your mother was very fond of Tarian as well.
Tarian, that's his name. I know.
Tyrion leans over to Brick and is just like, I think we're gonna have to rebrand Bit of Sweet as Bit of Spicy.
Proctor, would you at least point me in the right direction? I want to make sure that the team is in a good place, but when I have the moment, I would like to visit this shrine.
Yes, I'm certain that St. Arkiro could show you. He knows precisely where it is. But it is...
him over there?
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
I would be happy to show you once I have to get everything in order here. This is quite chaos. There was also some incident over at Servitor Dardanos' house as well.
So
quite a lot happening. A ship vanished.
Are they all hearing this?
No, I'd say more.
It's just me and
just
me.
you,
Okay.
yeah, you and he. But anyways, I will leave you to it. It is good. This is a good thing.
I feel like it's mixed emotions. It's slightly confused, but almost proud. I don't know if that's the right word, but I was getting there.
Okay.
Are you walking away?
He was starting to walk away. I was gonna say he does that, like he knows you. He knows that confused look, and he just pats you on the shoulder.
Proctor, one moment.
Yes.
I know a large creature with wings is going to ask me about what happened at 𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒂.
I don't know. I just heard a few guards were sent there after some loud noises. Though perhaps it was in confusion, but that's the last I heard of it. I was going to head to see what was wrong with him over there, but then all this. So I just happened to be nearby.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for the encouragement.
Of course,
It is deeply appreciated.
you'll do fine.
I feel like in MO he's got to do the line. He almost initiates it now. I can't remember it. Something on his wings and eyes.
No, in life.
I feel is Proctor turning away at this moment. I feel like I need to call him back
I got
again.
like he's smiling, like he knows what you're trying to do. He's just giving you a moment.
Like when your toddler is going,
Yes.
I want to.
yeah.
Okay, you got this.
Proctor. Shoot, I already forgot it again. I just said it. In life. In life we grow. Okay.
The accomplishment of the session.
Wait, let me have my moment. In Proctor. Line.
Have my moment.
Oh my god! This is why I'm a terrible actor.
You're amazing.
You're great. You're doing so good. I love this.
Proctor,
What is going on?
no,
It's canon. It's all canon.
All of a sudden, your hand starts burning a little bit.
in life we grow.
On his wings we rise, my son. On his wings we rise.
Is that what we do?
We're gonna give you a legend point. You initiated it. You were able to accomplish it
With a
Well
few
done.
takes.
Nope, it's
Oh
good.
my gosh, that's beautiful. While that's finishing up, Brick and Thierry, I think you guys were kind of and Pimp Hammer all together a little bit. Or did you?
Brick, I don't want to take away from anything that's happened, but Brick, I think, has just had this bubble around him where all of the guards are ignoring him, or at least like looking at him. He's just alone in his own thoughts.
Sorry.
Facing where Baron had walked away,
Okay, yeah.
and I feel like nobody's talked to him.
No, yeah.
He is this weird,
Well, that's perfect then. We're going to leave that there.
and maybe Thierry is occasionally like going to whisper something without
yeah, and he's
without
just sitting there with
reacting.
Sure, so you guys will, what I think will,
Sorry, every once in a while you just feel like a little tap.
just in case
for the hammer.
testing the momentum.
yeah, testing the momentum.
Wait, because you got a new hammer?
She got a new hammer.
I don't
yeah.
remember that. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
it was kind of right at the end. Yes, she has a new hammer.
Sorry.
But I just want Brick right now is super awkward.
Yeah.
Like if you were at a party and there was one person who for like 15 minutes is just standing there with their drink.
So Ryan.
Janae, I don't go to parties.
Legend point to Janae! There you
I
go!
didn't catch it.
No one invites me to parties. I wouldn't go to one anyway. So don't invite me. I will be at home.
You can come to my party, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I want Brick to be that awkward person who no one knows why they're here and no one wants to find out.
Yeah, and there's a lot of bustling chaos going around all around you because the guards are trying to get things settled and figure out what the heck is going on here. There's servitors coming in to see if anyone's wounded. Probably someone like half comes up to you and it's like, yeah, he's probably fine, and keeps going.
There's just like a little bit of splattered blood on my face.
And then I think what'll bring you out is you hear someone go, and then a small hand taps you because you're kind of standing off.
Like
down low, yeah. You turn and see, and it's Terry. And he's kind of covered in filth.
Not a cockroach anymore?
Not a cockroach anymore, no. Because once Ingrid went gone, kablooey, he turned back. Did everything go all right? I had quite the adventure. You were right.
I told you, kid. Don't get hooked on it.
No, I mean, the spider fight was pretty cool until I got big, and then I just stepped on it, so I don't know. I'm glad I was in a good space when I got big, but...
You can't call it anticlimactic. He got what had coming to him.
That's true. Yeah. I had a report from one of my guys. He just came by. One of the ones... Where's Ingrid?
That's what we're trying to find out.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I just had someone... You guys been busy. When I finally found you, one of my guys who was following Proctor Holshear by Ingrid's request ended up over at Servitor Dardanos' house and then lost track of him. But then he heard some weird conversation. I don't know about... just said... This one guy was like, "Oh, why are you ruining our plans? You're accelerating things. Why didn't you take..."
Are you doing Moss for Vitika?
It just kind of came out.
That's awesome.
You're ruining our plans, and then you gotta go get her. You can't just let her away. And then the other guy, Servitor Dardanos, is like, whatever, I'm fine. Like, I'm so powerful, she can't...
I'm gonna kneel down and grab him.
Yeah.
Who were they talking about?
I don't know. I got this from my one guy who was there, and he just said, basically, the one guy was like, "You're ruining our plans. You're not supposed to do this. Now we have to accelerate everything." And he was like, "No, it's fine. I'm super awesome, and she can't deal with it. And I'm in her head now." And then he's like, "You go get her and take her to the place. I've got to go fix this. We're gonna have to accelerate everything."
Can we... Is there... Can I, roll perception or something to try to figure out what the heck he's actually saying? Piece together these little... I don't know what that would be.
Well, I don't know if we need to roll for it, really.
Oh, Brick, what he's saying is Terry, picks up the hammer. It's time to go get our witch back.
Our hero?
And that's where we wrap up. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, kinda.
Hero fly.
I'm gonna... Go back to that episode.
Yeah.
All right. Arkiro comes over. Terry, what is this?
At this moment, can Iliad be running up to say, "Akiro, something happened at..."
Yes, I love that. We're all getting together, yeah.
Sure.
Or as I'm saying it, you guys are we're all talking at the same time almost.
He's shirtless and he's just got this tattoo.
It's still buttoned it. Yeah, you're putting
it's
your
around
shirt
my
back
waist.
on. Yeah.
What are you doing?
He has an amazing Sorry, Austin. Amazing tattoo. But it's a very stylized, like with the like not connected lines.
Waiting for what he was gonna say. Like,
And his
so Iliad's shirtless. He's walking up to us with an amazing,
single,
amazing.
single chest hair. Right in the center.
guys,
Still that like a little flame. Still just at the tip of it.
No, this
My chest is burning.
look at that big.
Got it. Okay.
I'm rolling agility to snatch it.
His 42 did go to 2, so he just.
My pecs are like.
All right. So
I was gonna say, amazing tattoo.
Okay.
19. I snatch the hair and flick his nose.
It's gone. Yeah.
What was that?
In that loss of a
Sure.
moment.
Yeah.
All right. Your personal loss. I'm sorry.
Something happened to someone. Yeah, carry on.
Yes, something did indeed happen at Servitor Dardanos' house. How did you know this?
I had just learned very little information from 𝒔𝒐𝒏. But he had to leave, and I did not get information, but I'm concerned that it has something very important.
Brick, what is it?
We need to go to his house now.
Whose house?
I'm still like, I have a hand on, absentmindedly a hand on Terry's shoulder.
He's like picking things out of his hair.
Whose house was it?
Servitor Dardanos' house. It's by the house of 𝒔𝒅.
What is this? How do you know this?
Well, Ingrid had one of my guys following Proctor Holshear around. 𝒔𝒐𝒏𝒄𝒂 around, and he was headed that way, but then my guy lost him and just happened to stumble upon these guys. There's like a big hole in his house. And
There's a hole in Servitor Dardanos' house?
yeah, that's how we heard the conversation. Someone was talking with Servitor Dardanos, and he said something like, and again, this is my guy telling me, so, but he's like, oh, why did you...
Yes.
I'm gonna like squeeze him and shake him.
Yes.
We have to go.
What? Do you know what caused the hole?
No, but something boom, like, it had to be something big, crazy. They had a few guards come in there, and they were calling for a servitor or Proctor to come and see if anyone needed healing. I mean, my guy got out of there fast once the guards showed up.
We can go there, but if it's causing that much commotion, Ingrid is most likely not there.
Maybe, but what clues do we have?
Holshear and Dardanos. We can go to the Hauseta to go find them to see if they are there. Or we can go simply to Dardanos' house and talk. I do not know, Brick. I do not know where to go from here.
We have to start somewhere.
We're gonna actually wrap up the episode right there. Super awkward. So, thank you guys for joining in our episode 1, as always. Goofy and serious at the same time. Check out the links in our description below. Thank you guys, by the way. Thank you for coming back to play after
Thank you, Dan.
all this time.
Thanks. I was going to say thanks.
Absolutely.
Thanks to you.
Oh dear, for being here.
So, thank you guys again so much for tuning in. Check out the links in our description below for all the sound, music, and ambience that we use, as well as OpenLegendRPG.com. I haven't said that in a while. Full core rulebooks free online, HeroMuster.com. And now, because it's after the 100th episode, except we haven't finished Business End in our point in reality, but when you see this video, you can join, if you wish, the ever-growing forest called Avenue Studios by supporting us on Patreon or joining our locals community And through either of those sites, you would get access to our exclusive Discord where you can play games with these guys now and again. You can hang out, watch movies, we chat, we discuss all kinds of good stuff, homebrews and games and the campaigns, anything. So we're just really excited to invite all of you guys into our family and plant a tree in the forest we call Avenue Studios with your stories, both real and imaginary. And thank you for supporting us. Subscribe if you like it. Give us a thumbs up, comment away, and we'll see you next week.